it working now? I hope. I hope it's working now. Okay, I hope it's working now. I hope the video is working now. To restate it, because I'm going to upload this to YouTube, I'm going over 3 games from my games in the Nova League. I'm currently in the second highest division. I was in the highest last season, or last month season, but I didn't play a couple of my matches because I had some scheduling conflicts and was really busy. Okay, cool. Thanks, Wendell. Yeah. Shows both of you as black in the top right of the board. Yeah, I don't know why it shows both of me as black. Oh, yeah, I think for some reason, my encoder OBS is just blocking that section of the screen all in black for some reason. It's white on my screen, but it shouldn't really matter because you can still see the game board, right? Yeah. And so to repeat for YouTube, yeah, Nova League, my 3 games. I played, playing a lot more recently. Yeah, gonna be a bit quick in the intro because I've said this like 5 times. Also have been having streaming issues because I tried streaming the other day and OBS updated on me while I was streaming, and then so it closed everything, but Twitch still thought I was logged in and wouldn't let me stream because it thought I was logged in. I had to like deal with that. Okay, anyway, let's actually get into some content. I'm playing white in this game. I really like Mukai Komaku, the facing 3-4 points, because it lets white control how the game's going to develop. No matter how black plays, you know, on approaching one or the other, white can kind of easily control how the game is developing, because white can control the enclosure. White can get enclosure no matter what. In this case, it's decided the pincer, but white can get enclosure no matter what, and then develop along the sides. And both sides are equally big. In this case, the left is a little smaller because black has a stone here instead of the 4-4, but it's the same idea. It's like a very controlled, slow-paced type of opening. Okay, so black approaches, and I've been recently playing this one-space pincer when black has a stone in the upper right for a variation that I like, but black didn't let me play it. What I hoped was black would play here, and then I would tenuki. Black would enclose. It's also possible for black to play here. Either way, I would peep to probe which one black wants. Usually black should defend this way, because if black defends the other way, it gives up. Even though black gets a wall, white gets very solid shape, and the side is undercut, so it's not actually that good. Similar to black walks this way, I'll make this exchange. Oops. This way. I make this exchange, and then I live. And now this stone is threatening a cut, so probably black should defend somehow, either here or here. Any of those things, and then I would turn to reduce the potential from the wall. And this extension here is in a really good place to mitigate what black can do at the bottom. And I got a corner, and Sente. Anyway, that's my plan. Black didn't let me go with my plan because he attached here, which is normal, what he should do. So I attached on this is kind of a Joseki. This is the more modern move. Old Joseki is to extend here, but when black plays this move later, it opens up a vital point here that I didn't like. So instead, I'd rather play here. I've talked to some different people, like Insei, I guess. Some of them say they don't like this because it feels like white is very small, but they also think that this move's not good. At the same time, others say it's pretty okay for white because white is totally alive and settled, so he doesn't need to add moves. This was interesting by black. Joseki for black is to attach here, and then crosscut. And in this case, white has some choices. I was planning to Atari like this, and just develop and make kind of a micro Chinese shape here. And then black probably, it's kind of hard for black. Black would normally like to enclose the upper left now, but then this is a perfect extension. So maybe black would extend, and then I would probably play an approach, and then break up the top. and I'm pretty happy because I have really solid positions with a lot of territory mapped out, and black is open, and kind of the stones don't feel like they're working together. Is it possible to show coordinates? It should be. I've never used Chrome extension before, but I also don't know how to download actually download the SGF, because every time I try to download it now, it automatically opens in the Chrome extension, and I can't. And I was originally just going to put it on KGS, but I can't figure it out. In the future, I'll do it if it doesn't bother anybody. Does this do anything? Nope, that looks like a book, and probably blinded a bunch of people. Sorry. Okay. I don't know how to put coordinates on. Sorry, but if you have a comment, say it, and I'll try to figure out what you're trying to say. Okay. Actually, I like this this kind of board better. This is how I play on KGS instead of the True Color is what it's called. Yeah, instead of the textured version, I usually play on the simple the simple color version. It's, I don't know, it's just I like the aesthetic of it. It's like circles and lines and very clear and easy. It also looks brighter to me because there's no texture, but that's not important. Anyway, this would be a normal development, but black jumps. So I'm pretty happy to get this extension. It stops the development of the wall, and it makes a very nice formation with my bottom left. It's also kind of hard to see what these stones are doing. Black's probably aiming, you know, I haven't looked at these games in a while, or a couple days, but I played a lot of games in the last few days, so I don't remember exactly what happens. Yeah, so this was a very unusual. Black approached immediately. Usually you don't do this because white already has an extension, and black has some, you know, not a bad position. You could play normally. Probably I would approach here, but he could play normally and it'd be perfectly fine. These stones are a little odd, but they still have a follow-up to enclose. But he decided to approach a little bit odd. Simple color doesn't really. It doesn't show the white stones. Wait. When you okay, so when you say it doesn't show the white stones, does that mean it doesn't show the white stones when you run the Chrome extension, or like on my video right now? Because that would be problematic. Oh. Okay. I'm looking at the preview thing. Okay. It doesn't show any... Oh my gosh. This is not my day. Okay. Does True Color show the stones? I switched it back to True Color. Does it show the stones? I'm waiting for the video to catch up. Okay. True Color shows the stones is what it looks like to me. No, I saw it. It was all black. Or no white stones. Okay. I will use the textured version because for some reason True Color doesn't show up. To repeat what I said before, I was happy to get this extension. Negates the wall. Wall is kind of wall. It's kind of weird wall. Black approaches unusual because it's already pincered. So I played an extension. There's two options. White can, I'm gonna ignore that. White can extend here, and then this kind of shape is very normal. But I didn't really want to play this way because it leaves black a move on the side later. And I wanted to take Sente to approach the corner, but this move is very annoying for me. So instead I played here, so now that this move doesn't exist. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Okay, so yeah, so now this move is good. I swear 6 to 7 p.m. I get a million solicitors, but I thought I was done with them. Okay, so this is Joseki. I'm settling. It's pretty much the same thing as the other Joseki, but now if black plays here, there's no weakness. Black extends and I jump, and I'm pretty happy about this exchange because now the weakness in my shape is a lot easier to handle. And black jumps. If black doesn't jump, like plays here or something, I can attack this group pretty severely, so he should jump. And I could have Tenuki'd, but this is a big point. His group is still weak and I don't want him to settle easily, and this move brings me out into the side. So I wanted to play there. And I wasn't really sure what this was. I think it's really bad shape, but I think he was trying to take Sente, which he does, right? If he plays something else, like just jumping, it's possible for me to keep harassing him. And he won't get Sente, maybe. But this exchange is really bad, and I'm pretty happy to take Gote if it means that like I get all these points on the left. Black plays here, it's big, it seals in my corner, but again, the benefit of playing this move instead of the extension, this is already alive. And his two kind of forces are split, right? I have a pretty solid group in the middle, so I'm pretty happy about this position considering I got Sente too. I wanted to approach high because if I approach low, he can just extend. And he can extend with high, but the high one works better with my stones. If he just extends in the low one, I don't have a good follow-up. Like, this is Joseki, but is that really what I want to push him into my territory? No. If he does that here, I guess it's similar. These stones are a bit more in the center, so I could hope to like build the center after an extension. So if I wouldn't do that. If I extended, maybe later, even if he pulls out, I can build a huge wall that may have more in the center. That's kind of my thinking. It's kind of subtle, but not that important. Like, subtle, important, but not super specific. Black attached, his idea is that if I play this Joseki, one of these, and then extends, this works well to reduce the potential territory here. Although this wouldn't be bad for me either, but I just felt like it didn't make my stones work well together. So I played the ladder variation, but he declines it. At this point, I could force it, but I don't really have any reason to. I'm pretty happy to make this exchange and take Sente again. These stones, even though they're here, like, black can't really attack them all too well. Like, he could do something like this. But then what? You run out, and then I just link up. I'm pretty happy. Get my points, and these are not clear what they're going to do. The vital point in this shape is here, but it's kind of the same idea. You could play like this, but the top actually can fall under attack. I always have an emergency connection, and I'm running out. These guys are under attack too. So a lot of things. Anyway, so I get to take Sente. Black pincers. He wants me to take the corner so that he can build up this area, but I don't want him to do that. So I counter approach to negate this area. Also, the stone here and this pincer are a little bit close together. So at the end of this variation, he ends up a little bit over concentrated. Right? These are both low, and they're both a little too close. I'm also happy to get this stone here because it starts aiming at some variations where I can try to cut at one of these points and building strength. It also is very big in points. Takes the corner. The stone's high towards the center compared to if it was one space lower, so it helps negate the thickness that black gets also. At this point I felt like my opening was a lot stronger than black's. And this game has not a lot special. It's a very slow, calm game, but the advantage I got was mostly through making my stones work better. He peeps. I have no reason to connect. If I connect, he can get a very strong splitting attack, right? Or I lose my base. One or the other, right? Alternatively, I could try. I don't know what I could try. I could, try to deny him the connection, but then he just runs out. So there's no reason to do that when I can just make a base and settle myself easily. I see more people in chat, so I just want to say hi. Hello, Skizzo. Okay, so black extends, and I'm just pretty happy to defend my territory. I played here. I wasn't sure, because if I play here and cut, he might not cut, is what I was worried about. And if I play here, these exchanges might not be good for me. They help him solidify his area, Like I have some forcing moves, right? Not there. I have some forcing moves. And I guess they're like pretty good for me. It would have made the game easier. So maybe I should have played this way. I wasn't sure if it was Sente though at the time, so I played here. And he pulls back. So I can get Sente and I can make these exchanges. These are kind of free, I can play them anytime. I just decided to do it now. And then this is a vital point. If he played here or the slide to here, my group wouldn't have a base and they'd become very vulnerable. So, hey. And this move also takes away the base of his group. So now his group is floating. It kind of looks like a wall, but it actually can be attacked, and it has weaknesses at this cutting point with the knight's move. So he defends the weakness, and I defend my weakness. He's aiming at, let's say I play here, he's aiming at attaching here and cutting. And I don't want him to do that, so I defend. And he jumps. This defends the knight's move weakness that he has. And then I defend the cutting shape to keep out into the center. Because you can think if black, I don't know what I'd play, it's something like this. If black cuts me off, then the center kind of gets bigger. It's more difficult to manage. So getting out into the center here is really important. Okay. So black pushes. Not really sure why he pushed. I think it would have been bigger to either play here or to try to hit the vital point and break into the side. Maybe he was worried about pushing, but that's not Sente. So I'm not really sure why he pushed. Maybe he thought it was Sente, but even forcing him to go this much instead of the entire way is a big benefit for me. I make myself thick and strong, solidify my area. Pretty happy. At this point, I mean, the game was already favorable for me, but you can really see that white's ahead now. Black has maybe some tentative territory at the top and a little bit over here in the center and a little bit here. But white has this corner. This is alive, but not really many points, but this is as big as a corner. And then white has the whole entire left side, which is not comparable to anything black has. Black wants to harass my group, maybe build some points. So he hits the vital point on the bottom. I just make some exchanges though. I don't think this move was actually very good because I can take Sente again, and this is at the vital point, the boundary between his potential territory here and my developing territory. You could think that, okay, if I add a move, well, I wouldn't add that move, but if I had a move, then if he plays here, now my territory that I was building is smaller, and if I defend, then this kind of move makes the center very big. So getting to play to this point is incredibly important. It's like worth 20 to 30 points at least. Black plays here. This is similar to the last move. If black defends and then I play a move like here, then the top gets reduced. It also has some very direct threats, and my area grows. This might be a little far though, so maybe here. But same idea. They are boundary points, which are very important for developing. Black takes the other one, but so now I play here to reduce the top. It's kind of the same idea. If I played, I don't know, something here to reduce this, then he could develop the top. So it's kind of this kind of chain pushing battle to keep control of the center. Black extends, and then I took this point. This is really big in terms of points. This is also like at least 20 points. It looks very small, but the corner is huge. It also opens up some weaknesses in black shape, like there might be some cuts. Maybe. Probably not, but it's possible. It's just big in terms of points. And I thought I was really far ahead here, which I was, I think. So I just wanted to secure my lead and not make any... I couldn't see a good next move for me anywhere. So I wanted to secure my lead. Black plays here. It's a good move. Develops the top. I actually think this move is bigger, so I'm still happy that I played it. I wanted to make this exchange and then reduce the territory that black's building here. He pushes. This is the best response. And takes the stone. But he probably shouldn't play this move because it loses him Sente. I'm not really sure where he should play. It's kind of hard at this point. But maybe something like this. And here is an idea. And if I try to go into the top area, he starts trying to develop this area. It's kind of hard, but it's really bad because this move is losing Sente, and it's not very big, considering the rest of the board anyway. So I'm happy. I get to block his advance, develop my territory even more. I'm starting to aim at points. In particular, I was aiming at this move or this move to reduce the top. He Hanes. Black wants to develop the center. I connect because if I get cut off here, you can see they can Atari. Whoops, Atari. Okay, if I play, I don't know, here, he could Atari and pushing cut, and now my stones are isolated and dead. But just defending is actually fine because it opens up weaknesses in the center for me to use, and it keeps my stones alive, which is really big, of course. He just probed here. I guess he wanted to see how I would live, but I'm not sure. This move is big, but I already have a stone here, so it's not as big as it looks. I pushed up once because I don't want this area to get big, and then I came in over here. If he defended this area first, like something like this, I'd be totally happy to jump in because he reduces this area and still aims at reducing this area. So I come in. I didn't want to go further because there was I wasn't sure if I'm ahead enough that I don't want to worry about this cut, and the ladder doesn't work for me. So I just played a simple move and then I jumped. Again, if I Hane, it's not entirely clear that he'll back off. He might cut, even though it loses him this area. I can't really save this stone, so now it gives him a lot of points in the center. So I just jump, keep reducing. No need for me to rush. He tried a Tetsuji, I think, but it doesn't really work. Connecting here is important so I can keep this stone together in the center and stop black from taking points. We made this exchange. I'm happy to defend, and a few more forcing moves. And at this point, the game is basically over. It's just endgame here. And you can see from the general territories that white's pretty far ahead. One way you can see is you can compare the top to the left, and the left is much bigger. And the upper right corner, compared to this, is a little smaller, but then white has a little bit here, a little bit here, Komi, and the left is still bigger than everything. So it's a pretty clear victory for white. Maybe 10, 15 points. Actually, maybe 20. But yeah. He probes there. These are just endgame moves that are his Sente. There's not really too much interesting to talk about here. The game pretty much progresses easily, and after this, there's some Tetsuji stuff here. He was trying to defend more points, but because he's behind, then he was able to. But after I capture these stones, he resigns. And it's a really simple game. I just got a lead in the opening. I think the biggest issue for him was this jumping move. After this, I got Sente, and he was never able to regain control of the game. He made some slack moves later, but I think this is like the first real mistake, and I don't think I made too many real mistakes later. So that's basically that game. Okay, I'm gonna open up the next game. I don't know if OBS is going to be okay with me doing this though, so we'll see. Where's Clayzy Stone? Nope, that just crashed it. Okay, I might have to restart the stream. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to do this. It always crashes when I try to do window capture stuff instead of like a particular game or a particular thing. Okay, I'm going to restart the stream again. I guess I have to re-update the broadcast title. But yeah, and we'll jump into the next game. Thanks for watching. Be right back.